NFL 17.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs. In today's game, it's a battle between two teams who come in with opposite win-loss totals on the year. It's the 49ers going up against the Buccaneers. So now let's head on over to rainy Raymond James Stadium in Tampa as we welcome in our announcing crew of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's something that Floridians are all too familiar with as the rain continues to fall here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
NFL 17.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. They go play action now. Lynch. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Off the play fake. Here's Lynch. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. So on 4th down, out comes Bradley Pinion to punt this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Again, they run with Sims. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target, Mike Evans.
Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there, let him go get it.
Third and long for Winston. Serving, and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And he gets this one away, and it's got some hang time to it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. The first down screen pass, good for 5. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
Levante David is a tackling machine. He's always where the ball is.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Lynch looking to throw on second. And he rifles one incomplete.
Third and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Joe Hayden is a complete cornerback. He tackles, he covers, and does everything with incredible speed.
Winston. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Fresh set of downs here. Sims. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Sims. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now they run with Sims. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10, and in this case, they did it really successfully.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Second and 10, it's Lynch again. And incomplete there, a nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. On third down, Lynch. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out. Once again, it's Lynch. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Carlos Hyde in the game. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this kick goes out of bounds, and that's obviously why the flag comes out here.
And now you can see the defense greeting the kicker as they go out to play. The starting field position for the offense is excellent, puts a lot more pressure on the defensive guys.
Yeah, and if the kicker thinks he's lonesome, he's really lonesome after a play like this.
Yeah, he better hope that he's lonesome, because who's ever standing next to him is probably on the defensive side, and they're none too happy.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Jameis Winston and Mike Evans came into the league 1 year apart. They're going to continue to grow together. How about their first connection in this game?
Yeah, in the first 2 seasons for Mike Evans, both over 1,000 yards. What a way to start an NFL career. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Again, it's Winston. His pass caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On first down, it's Lynch. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Second down, 8. On second down, here's Lynch. Flush to his right. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
From the gun on third down, it's Lynch. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and the running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he's got room. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Jameis now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Now Jameis on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's third down. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
On third down, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action now. Lynch, his throw incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Detroit.
On third down, Lynch. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Look at the spin. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here with Sims. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Winston now to throw on first down. Over the middle to Evans. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And they're going to speed things up here. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. One receiver to the left is Evans.
Let's go now.
A first down throw for Winston. A dump off to Sims. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a second down throw for Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. First down, it's Lynch. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And he motions the wide receiver. 2nd and 10. It's Lynch again. He's going to go up top again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken around the 12. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with a Bucs out in front. As we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
NFL 17.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. One receiver to the left is Evans. Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Second down, Winston. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Third and long for Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Taken right around the 44. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And they'll go with a ground attack here, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Defense showing blitz. Second down, Hyde. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Let's see what they go to here on third down and 6. On third down, Lynch throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
That's caught at the 3, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their dangerous wide receiver, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. The point after try for Gostkowski. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Handoff to start the drive to Sims. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Now Jameis on second down. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. A great read, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. Back to it after the pick 6. Winston. Evans has it left side. 22 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has when he has to make it.
That's caught inside the 20. That one goes for 34 yards. And that'll be good enough for a Tampa Bay first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
Will tie the intended receiver. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Detroit!
Out of the gun, Lynch. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Ground, the drive starts with Sims. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. The play clock's running down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now Sims. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Jameis to throw it. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go play action here on first down. A dump off to Sims. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down, Winston. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. To the air again with Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
One receiver to the left is Evans. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now Jameis on second down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Charles Sims, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the fourth. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Second down and 4.
Here we go now. Back in Philly. Here we go.
Lynch looking to throw on second. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw. Room here to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
He's back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Back to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a gain of 17 that time. And the 49ers are going to get a first.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Back to throw. Can't find anyone open. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing now is Lynch. Looking for someone to throw to. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now it's Lynch. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Gerald McCoy in there to drop him. And back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And the 13-year man puts it through. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass, but how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
First throw in overtime now for Lynch. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
A long way to go for the offense here on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. Tremendous return there, 39 yards. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. So now one of the biggest kicks. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run here with Sims. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score in OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL,
it.